So yeah, we've definitely got these guys who will just be the defensive force for my homelands. And these 5 are going to be the expeditionary force, I think. So I'll need to give them a new commander. Clarify Anzac. The military doctrines of the Anzac, the Australian New Zealand Army Corps, have developed very little since the Weltkrieg, and a push to modernise the Australasian army appears to be necessary. While we could remain true to tried and tested British methods, there are some, particularly those with ties to the Navy, who say we should adapt for a more modern war and adjust our army's makeup accordingly. Yes, we should. So division recovery rate increases by +10. Division attack defense goes up, but organisation goes down. Training, recovery rate, organisation, training time goes down, reinforce rate goes up. Or organisation and planning. +20% max planning. I mean, the recovery rate would be good for us. Because our organisation isn't going to be amazing. Ever. Despite going mobile warfare, because we're going tanks. Division organisation could help offset that, but that's more if you're just going for like ridiculous organisation. Reinforce rate isn't particularly necessary either, because that would be bad, because reinforce rate is basically how often you replace dead soldiers. We don't have the troops to be able to do that. Quality weapons could work for the attack and the defense. Yeah, it's between these two. What does the Anzac Spirit already give? Recovery rate, attack, defense, and organisation. So organisation could be -5, but we could have a division plus attack of +10 and division defense +10. And we already have recovery rate. So we could have a recovery rate of +20%, which would be ridiculous. Which I think is actually doubling down too much. I think we're going to go with the quality weapons. And then we'll need the next focus. Which will be... Relics of the Weltkrieg? Sure. Our infantry equipment's old. Very old. Most of it saw service during the... Most of it saw service during the Weltkrieg, and some sets have been around for even longer than that. We must equip our army with modern gear, or else it will not stand a chance in another war. Okay, it did increase. I was like, that was still said +5 last time I checked. Isn't reinforce rate how far soldiers get into combat? Actually, yeah, you might be right. But again, small army. Doesn't really matter that much. Today, the nation is celebrating the Confederation of Australasia, and while the Confederation was not voluntary... That's just the stability. Yeah, you're totally right. I was saying that wrong. Keep thinking reinforce rate is replenish rate type thing. But yes, reinforce rate is bring troops in. So if I was going with 10 width divisions, that would absolutely be the way to do it, but I'm going to go with 20, if not 40. Probably 20. I just need to have some more tanks to throw at my units. And now that I actually have an armoured thing, subsequent tanks are only going to cost 5 instead of 25. Field hospital. So yeah, another way of getting reinforced rate is signal companies. Logistics, what do you do again? Supply usage. Then maintenance company is reliability, but also capture ratio. I'm actually kind of tempted to start adding maintenance companies to my forces. And I should also try and develop rockets so we can have motorized rocket artillery. Fall of Beijing. Mongolia, did you fall? I'm going to assume you're a Japanese puppet now. Yes, you are. Poland's in the war. The French are holding out, but there are a couple of dangerous landings. Engineer company is done. Let's get motorized rocket artillery researched. Although I am surprised I could do that without actually having rocket artillery. That seems a little bit strange. Owen gun. Right, 1940, so I need oh, I've already got it. Let's get the decryption and encryption, and guns can be upgraded. I need some more tungsten. From whom? Burma. Actually, whose side are you on? Not from Burma. That's giving resources to the communists. Siam's allied with Japan. Siam's fine.
Listen up.
You guys are still training. Alright, so now that we have you guys actually established, I need to decide who your commander is going to be. +4 Desert Fox with a planning ability of level 5. Cavalry officer would mean the motorized improve faster. Armor officer would be good as well, but you're already a low level. You're a field marshal. Or we could go with Stevens, although Stevens has no attack ability. It's got to be Moore's Head, really. So that's my expeditionary force. Trying to see where that stuff might be. Not seeing any diplomatic things. Chat's talking about demanding territory. I mean, that sounds like it would be a naval thing. Oh wait, that's Air Force. Naval. Below the army stuff. Oops. Not seeing it. There's nothing below it. This is just the one line. Nothing there. I don't think it exists anymore. Don't know. Right, technology. What were you researching? You were doing one of those. That's fine. 1940, we have access to these. We also have access to mechanized. Alright, seriously, Baratia, what are you doing? Oil in Assam. What about you, Indian Empire? Expand military industry further. You've almost finished your new economy. Yeah, none of you have done the final struggle yet. What about you, Dominion? Modernizing Delhi's artillery. I mean, I would love to send my forces over here. Because I'm pretty sure they'd be pretty effective at pushing out.
Yes, sir.
But also I don't want them wasted. Okay, Relics of the Weltkrieg, done. So, next is going to be modernize the artillery. National focus, blood dry. Ah, that would allow me to recruit a bunch more. So yes, we definitely want to modernise the artillery. Australasia's artillery mostly dates from the Weltkrieg. We must modernise our artillery unless we wish our soldiers to be eviscerated without proper support. It's a focus called... oh, the Anderson Doctrine. It just gives you the national spirit. It doesn't actually demand any territory. Anderson decision doctrines. Yeah, okay. Anderson doctrine decisions. Even. I see it now. Also increases division recovery rate even further. And war support. I can't see what those Anderson doctrine decisions are yet, can I? No. They don't even appear here. Unlike the oil things, which do. That's a lot of oil. Maybe I do want to exploit the oil. Oh, that would still only be like +3. How's the construction coming? Yeah, the industrial output and potential of our nation is really not great. So I guess we could improve here, actually. There's quite a lot of industry that we could be doing. I stand corrected. Oh, the other thing is I should start building light cruisers. Buying some more resources. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to go down in my resource usage. Because I don't think I'm going to be gaining many from trade. How can I find that? I'm currently exporting 7 factories worth. What did it say that? From trade, 7. I'm blind, so I'm getting 7 and I'm using 9. That's relatively balanced and I'm still getting the output and research bonuses. So it gets declared war on Finland. Ooh, is Finland allied with anyone? No. Speaking of tanks, I can add some more medium tanks to my cavalry guard templates. Go ahead and do that. You'll need retraining again. And then the other thing I wanted to do was edit you to make you elite. Austrian Empire declared war on the Socialist Republic, for Pete's sake. Wow, Austria's at war with the Socialists as well now. Yeah, they don't stand a chance. They need the Soviet Union to join now. Venice is still a thing. Although they did push them out here, yeah, you're right. Though the Spanish border is still holding. I wouldn't be able to do very much in Spain. What's this? Convoys. Yeah, the Union of Britain's navy is dead, so the Union of Britain's now just going to be Fortress Britain. Absolutely nothing you'd be able to do against that. Alright. More motorized. Brings it up to 18. Keeps the organization pretty high, and also nice defense. And we've definitely got enough motorized. Like, I have a lot of motorized. In fact, I should probably cut down the amount of motorized I am currently producing. And by should, I mean I will be cutting down the amount of motorized I'm producing. Do I have any aircraft? Fighter ones. I have strategic bombers too. Not sure I particularly have the manpower to use those though. And tungsten having to be imported as well. Yeah, the amount of imports I'm doing is getting kind of silly. I think I do need to change my trade to export. Still getting too much steel. Modernize the artillery has been completed. So now we can do the war effort, which gets rid of bled dry. Gain national spirit. The new Anzac grants land doctrine research time -10 planning speed +10 surrender limit +10 encryption +1. Nice. Our recruitment practices are outdated. It's time to revise them, and at the same time put out a new call for enlisted soldiers. Damn it, when's the Indian war going to happen? I feel like I'm just sitting this war out right now because the things that I want to get involved in just aren't.
Come on.
I think all the Nordic countries need their focus trees tweaking so they can get involved in the Weltkrieg. Yeah, they also need to fix the Nordic Union. Because like one of the main objectives of any of the Nordics is to become the Nordic Union, which doesn't have a focus tree.
Yes, sir.
Oh, they are being invaded. Deutsche Mittelafrika. That's quite a nice invasion over there too.
Ready.
You can stop training. Still short on tanks, but that's primarily because of this. I'm training some new ones. Motorized rocket artillery is done. I would like to build some of those actually. Let's stick those there. And now I should probably actually research rocket artillery. Decryption is done. Let's get encryption. And now I can get radar for free. 100% bonus. Finland's going to fall very soon. These guys are putting up a better fight than I thought they would still. I have to say I am suitably impressed. Oh, for Pete's sake, you're just building civilian factories now. Because I know I'm going to get involved in Europe and then suddenly it'll be like, Bharati has declared war on the Dominion. I'll be like, ah.
sir.
Alright, you guys are almost done. Also, I am getting air experience. Why? Oh, because of the Entente training scheme. Ah. There we go, the Soviets took those out. Do the Germans have enough focus to attack the Austrians? I'm not sure they do, no. But there's all kinds of sparks that could trigger that one. Poland being a big one. I haven't even done the militarist revival yet. Or the new textbooks. Here we go. Polish ties, support to Bulgaria, Romania. Help Austria out of its misery. Focus is currently unfinished and as such has no effect, but I have a feeling that this would be... these would be the Austrian actions. Does Austria? I'm not seeing any. They've actually done some of their naval stuff. That's an interesting choice. No, I'm not seeing any. Two Sicilies. Who did you join? The two Sicilies joined Austria. Interesting.
Yes, sir.
Oh, finally you're trained. Okay, so I now have a full unit that I want to go and send at somebody. The problem is I have to go all the way to Europe for that to happen. It looks like we have complete naval superiority though. Crikey. Yeah, I could literally sail all the way from Australia over there. Alright, so I'm going to say let's sail over to Tunis.
Orders.
And hopefully we don't get sunk on in the meantime. Because that would suck. Rome has joined two Sicilies. So they joined Austria as well, I guess. Alright, rocket artillery. The war effort. Done. Alright, so next up. The new Anzac. I like the idea that we have such good encryption, because it means we'll always have the benefit in battles. Our army is the core of our defence, and the emergency measures must be passed to ensure they have access to the best equipment and the best personnel we can possibly provide. When our enemies see the Anzac symbol, they will know they face among the very best soldiers the world has to offer. I check casualties. I can. They have lost 1.4 million, we've lost 3.4. Because Canada's just terrible. Germany's lost 1.4. France only lost 700,000. Actually, Britain's lost a lot more than you'd have it there. Than you would have expected. how are you doing? Preparing for the final struggle. Here we go. And there's the maintenance company. Excellent. So I can start adding those to my forces. I'm wondering if I want to add rocket artillery though. I kind of suspect I will prefer doing that. Fastest radio tech ever. We get no bonuses for anything further. We can, however, get another research time. I mean, I have 5 research slots and we were on free trade for a long time. My technology is hot. Yeah. Protect the merchant marine. They're still not doing anything particularly aggressive. Ooh, you're old guard. Maybe Stevens is the best option. Because Trickster is pretty nice. That's doubling down with my ability for attacks. You know what? We are going to go with Stevens. No, I don't want you to be a gorilla. And then we'll choose someone else to be the defensive guy. Probably Vasey. With his hill fighting capabilities.
Ready. Listen up.
I was just wondering about the cavalry officer, because cavalry in this technically means motorized as well. And we have a lot of motorized in these forces. The other 2 Indias just bliss. Just going for other things. Not really caring. Oh, those are probably fighting submarines. Ah. My armies are off the coast of India right now. Like, we could totally help you. It's going to somewhat depend on which way they go. Although, actually, they would then need to do this one. So, there's still a ways to go before they can actually call that war. Just remind me to keep checking.